I usually stay out of politics and all that, or just a lot of events in general. Like I don't go online and talk about my perspective, but this one I had to say something about. Now, with these ICE agents, we don't know if they were deputized from being on regular law enforcement teams and then just got introduced and inducted it into ICE. We don't know what their background is. We don't know nothing about them. Might be some militia guys. We don't know. So first of all, we don't know who these people is. Second of all, me being a person from an urban area, basically from the hood, I know I'm not scared of police, but I know a lot of them on edge, a lot of them terrified, a lot of them scared. They ain't even from the area, from the situation I'm in. I know not to even play with them. I just try to do the right thing with them. Now this situation, people are like, oh, she was a white lady. We don't know her background. She might have had an urban upbringing. We don't know, but both parties was kind of out of control. Like both was really out of control, because I kind of, when I looked at it, I clearly see Buddy was out of the way. He was kind of out of the way, so he could have just, like, if he was that damn scared, he could have shot at the tire. Anything, slap the hood. He ain't had to blow the lady down like that. And I think that shit was wrong. I don't think that was right. But on the side of her, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if she was antagonizing him or she was blocking traffic and all that. She could have just like let that go, and she could have just said, you know what, I'm just gonna, she could have fought that in court. Like she could have just, because they was harassing, talking crazy. I'll get the fuck out the car, excuse my French, and talking crazy. So she could have probably said, I was scared and all that, and got a check out of that. But the backing up and pulling off from any law enforcement is a big ass no-no. I teach my son that. Anybody I know, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? That shit is a suicide mission. You crazy. You trying to send yourself off. Don't do no shit like that, because you're asking for them to impede their rights, quote unquote, because they got a team, they got unions and all that's gonna back them up. So I don't know. That was kind of weird the way that happened, but he shouldn't have shot that lady, and I don't think she should have just pulled off like that. Even though she might have been scared, because on another side, that guy was like, "Oh, get the fuck out the car." He was telling her, he was screaming at her, telling her to get out the car and all that, and that wasn't cool either. Because I'm like, why is you walking up on her screaming like that? He should have just told her, get up out of here. Just turn your car around and move around. So I don't know. It go both ways. It go three ways. It's her side, his side, and the truth. So I don't know. People, if y'all get into a situation with law enforcement, you ain't folded in being a punk or a goofy if you just sit down and say, okay, well, I ain't finna do this, I ain't finna argue with them. Just kind of follow what they say and make it home to your family, because that Superman hero shit is not for the birds. And a lot of times they pull you over for the wrong reason. I didn't damn near, a couple of times, me and people I know done got in that courtroom and got a settlement because they sell out of court, because they was bogus. It's called wrongful arrest. They pulled you over for the wrong reason. So just a word of advice, man. Just stay out them people's way. Don't be out here trying to play protester and Superman, and live to see another day. Raise your kids.